Valve has made a lot of games since they came into existence, but none have been as unique as Portal. Unlike most of the other games, this one has minimal combat, instead being a mostly puzzle-driven game. And despite that, it proved to be quite an addition to Valve's Orange Box collection when it released in 2007. So what made this seemingly simple puzzle game so well received by fans? Let's find out now. Portal's inspiration comes from a rather unique source. In 2005, Nuclear Monkey Software, a developer group consisting of students attending DigiPen Institute of Technology, released a project of theirs called Narbacular Drop. It was a puzzle game with the main mechanic being placeable portals. This game caught the eye of Gabe Newell, co-founder and president of Valve Software. He offered jobs to all the students who worked on this game, and offered them the chance to create a more polished project with their support. And over the course of the next 2 years, they would work to create the game we all know today as Portal. With that out of the way, let's get into the game as it is now. Portal has us step into the boots of Shell, a test subject at the Aperture Science Enrichment Center. Shortly after waking up in a pod, we're greeted to a very friendly voice over the intercom who will guide us.
Hello, and again, welcome to the Aperture Science Computer Aided Enrichment Center. We hope your brief detention in the relaxation vault has been a pleasant one.
After we're let out of the pod, we're sent on our way to complete a testing track. This game features 19 different test chambers, which almost invariably make extensive use of portals. These blue and orange tunnels work exactly as you'd expect. You can cross large distances, maintain momentum, and transport boxes more effectively than any warehouse could. But along with these fancy wormholes, each test involves a small yet polished amount of testing elements that must be utilized to complete them. Weighted cubes are real simple. You just pick them up and place them on buttons. High energy pellets can be used to activate machinery, but for the love of God, don't touch them. Light rail platforms can help you traverse places that would otherwise be out of reach. And turrets can... Wait, turrets? I thought this was a testing facility. While this game seems lighthearted at first, the more you look into it, the creepier things get. In some levels, you can find holes into behind-the-scenes areas. And not only does it look like someone's been living in the walls, but there's disturbing messaging too. And come to think of it, there hasn't been a single person in any of these observation rooms. Why is that? The voice over the intercom seems nice, but that's the only sign of life here. Not to mention, the toxic goo in some of the rooms doesn't seem like it belongs here. But soon enough, our suspicions are confirmed when we reach the end of the last test. We've been promised cake by the voice on the intercom, but in the room where we're supposedly getting it is a massive pit of fire. But we manage to escape and begin to wander the facility. And if it wasn't already obvious by those empty observation rooms, there's not a soul to be found. And after roaming for quite some time, the voice even attempts to stick turrets on us. But with our handy portal device, we can easily avoid a perilous fate. And eventually we meet the person who's been talking to us the whole time.
Well, you found me. Congratulations. Was it worth it? Because despite your violent behavior, the only thing you've managed to break so far is my heart.
This is GLaDOS, the AI responsible for eliminating all the scientists in the entire facility. So now, it's time to exact some revenge. We destroy a part of her, and this results in her trying to gas us. Now, if we don't want to end up getting a case of not alive, we've got to destroy more parts of her with the help of a rocket turret. It's a very simple fight, but strangely satisfying if you ask me. She mainly just insults us like a child, but there's one line which stands out from the rest.
Are you trying to escape? Things have changed since the last time you left the building. What's going on up there will make you wish you were back in here. I have an infinite capacity for knowledge, and even I'm not sure what's going on outside. All I know is I'm the only thing standing between us and them. Well, I was.
Nobody knows for sure what that line means, but considering that Portal is set in the same universe as the Half-Life games, it's possible she's referring to the Combine invasion. But once we destroy the final piece, GLaDOS is defeated. Don't question why gravity starts to fail, just enjoy the spectacle.
Mathematical error.
A mathematical error I'm about to correct.
Nothing you brought up isn't important to me. It's the fluid patterns of cracking. It can change the organs. Nice job, right here.
Assuming the party escort submission position.
So after that, we get dragged back in, and at long last, we finally get that cake that we were promised. So with that little refresher, was Portal a good game? While it was very short and light on the story, I think it excelled at its main focus, the puzzle-solving gameplay. The puzzles themselves make great use of the Portal device, and it teaches the player about the mechanics in a very fun manner. And while it's nothing spectacular in the graphics department, especially for 2007, the art direction is nice, if a bit simple. While Portal 2 would up the ante on the story quite a bit, Portal 1 remains a short but pleasant puzzle game that I'd say holds up great. If you've played it before, perhaps you should try it again and see how fast you can beat it with your knowledge of the puzzles. And if you've never played it before, go ahead. It's certainly worth a try. Have fun, folks, and thank you dearly for watching.